Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Mortanius, and we are back with some more Warhammer 40k 2, or Space Marine 2 on the PS5. Time of recording is 1:02 a.m., Sunday, May 11th, 2025. When we last left off, we had finally managed to bring it to Emperor, children, and inform the completion of the campaign. Or at least the main campaign so far. Now we're just in the process of doing the operations mode, or starting it rather. So if you folks like what you see and want to see more of me, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. Right. I forgot I was messing with my Black Templar last. Nope. So basically the way they have this set up, as I said, you play as a group of individuals, another group of 3 separate individuals, and you hear about them throughout the campaign. Talassa, Viridian, those teams. You can choose to be whatever individual on those teams that you want to be, from based on the classes that you choose. This particular one is a tactical. I designed them around just the appearance model of a Black Templar. What you'll see in terms of me is I generally do not stick with all of the same colors that are generally used for the organizations. Like for instance, my main class so far, Sniper, is actually a Dark Angel. But Dark Angels are green. Green has never really been my color. Nothing wrong with it, but I am not a salamander. So there it is. As I said, you have your appearance, you have your basic cosmetics, and you'll unlock armor cosmetic types for each class as you go through and play them. You got your defaults here. Piece of armor that you actually choose to equip. Naturally. All of these again are just cosmetic, of course. Then of course you have your loadouts for your actual appearances, colors, the sets you've unlocked. Standard Ultramarine set, Dark Angel set, standard, right? And as you go, you can unlock entire sets, Space Wolves, Iron Hands, and you do that through the heraldry section. And this section, which is what you'll use this currency up at the top right for, one of the reasons anyway, you'll use that to unlock the cosmetics for each branch, depending on what you want. And from what I've seen, you don't have to stick to a path, but you will have to unlock let's see. So the salamanders, right? Haven't unlocked anything from them. If you want to unlock the second and third thing from the salamanders, you have to unlock the previous thing first, right? Then you'll get access to these other 2. But you don't have to say unlock this Ultramarine one to be able to unlock the Black Templars, Raven Guard, the others. You don't have to do that. And of course you have the Standard Adeptus Astartes, Heretic Astartes, Unknown Foundings, DLC cosmetics, which, I mean, that's its whole other thing. In case you folks want to see those. And then again, you'll of course use those that currency up at the top right to unlock the actual visuals that you're equipping. But you also use those upgrade points to unlock tiers for your weapons. So I can unlock a variation of the bolt sniper rifle I'm using, which comes with different stats, hits harder but less ammo in the magazine, as well as overall, so on and so forth, right? Different levels of different sets of weapons, and each class can use some weapons between classes depending on what you're doing. You of course have perks, you know, extra magazine size, extra damage, health is below a certain level, extra damage, recoil, instant reload from a finisher, so on and so forth, right? Not every class again can use every weapon. Snipers, there's a set of weapons you can use, right? You got the bolt carbine, which is basically the SMG, the last fusel, standard sniper rifle, which I had equipped. Standard issue instigator bolt carbine, which is the 3-round burst carbine that I don't really get into. And then there's a standard stalker bolt rifle. For this character, that's generally the one I tend to use, but I'm on loadout 3 right now just for the cosmetics and whatnot. Heavy bolt pistol, plasma pistol, actually Inferno pistol. Memory serves, they added that in a patch recently. So yeah, there that is. Standard bolt pistol, and of course tiers and whatnot as you go. You only use the knife as the sniper, unfortunately. I ended up the knife sort of grew on me, but you only use the knife as the sniper, unfortunately. Of course, appearance, and you have your perk trees. The sniper gets the camo cloak. Hides you from enemies until your next attack reveals you. The attack deals more damage. And of course, now I prestige this one a little while ago, which gives me this little bonus upgrade of performing a kill with your secondary weapon restores 15% of your primary weapon's cooldown ammo, and the cooldown is 15 seconds. But as you level up, you'll unlock these other little stats, and you'll do them column to column. They have their uses. So for this dude, I'm going to take him into one of the earlier iterations of mission, since I've effectively prestiged them. And of course we have your heavy, bulwark, vanguard, assault, tactical. For reference, Titus is a tactical. I think Chiron is what was Chiron's ability? Auspex. Yeah, so Chiron is also tactical. And the Auspex deals more damage as well as reveals enemies and reveals hidden enemies. Alright. Now that long description is out of the way. So what's happening here, and I don't particularly care if I end up with people in my group or not, but what's happening here, now we've got 9 missions, and you can of course quick match those missions. Don't want to go too crazy with the difficulty. Oh, actually no, with this being prestige and low level, really want to be careful with that. So you of course have 9 missions. The game started out with 6, and these last 3 I think were added in like the last few months. So we'll start from mission 1, Inferno. Lieutenant Titus has proposed a plan to block the tier in advance long enough for a successful withdrawal, detonate a nearby Promethean refinery, and incinerate the Xenos in a tide of burning pitch, ensure the ambush is a success. Now again, whether or not I get anybody with me doesn't really matter. That's not the goal. 1 second. Okay, yeah. Whole point is just to get in there. Get her done. Be right back, folks. Who knows, somebody might pop up.
mission is to use the stored promethium in the refinery to destroy the enemy swarm. The Cadians were tasked with providing assistance, but we have since lost contact. First, proceed to the Cadian outpost and establish their fate. You must then infiltrate the refinery and complete demolition's deployment. Trigger detonation only when the main swarm has entered the blast zone. Captain Akaram will coordinate our efforts over Vox.
Poor sightlines in this swamp.
Huh, that scene was a little faster than I expected. Now, could be wrong, but I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think you ever really know what units you're going to end up with initially when you do these missions. So for us, we got a Vanguard, which is the grapnel launcher, and then tactical, Auspex. You're leaving. Fine, we're gonna need you anyway.
Movement in the water. Tyranids on Auspex.
Looks like we might have somebody.
Got a Tyranid in my sights. Perhaps they seek to choke our rivers with their dead.
Now, that particular one I just killed is capable of calling for backup if you don't interrupt them.
They shall not.
So, since they came in, they brought Communion of Fire. Recoil is reduced by 25%, range damage against extremist level enemies is increased by 10% for all squad members.
Stealth ready.
They're playing tactical. Ah, okay. Now there's a few different things in this one, such as objects like that. The armor boost, which in the upper left hand corner, now I have 4 pieces of armor instead of just the 2. Each class will have different amounts of armor. Some will have more, some will have less.
Swapping magazine.
I mean, you could have just rolled into it.
Munitions here.
I'm not sure. It's just more ammo. I don't know if he picked that up. Don't know where it's coming from. Interesting. Ah, well. No. Hey. Whoa, what was that? Looks like we got somebody else.
Fresh magazine.
Didn't notice that. Jump pack. Looks like that's staying as the not staying, they're playing as the what was that? I haven't actually played as the class that uses the jump pack yet. What the? Okay. It's like I place myself and then my reticle moves. Jesus. Enough of that. Nerve-wracking kids.
Reloading.
Yeah, you'll just have to catch up. And I see what y'all doing. Trying to keep us separated. You're gonna have to catch up. I'll kill you up here. What? I made you a promise.
Changing magazine. Too quiet. Let me survey from a better vantage.
You know, I don't know how I'm gonna really record these episodes. I don't know if I'm doing one episode per like mission or just depending on how long they are.
The camp seems deserted, Captain. Aside from some Xenos scumbags.
Talassa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise.
Our adversaries are keen to lose it.
What? Yeah.
Captain O'Neill.
Oh, alright.
Brothers, I hope you're having better luck. Sweep complete, but nothing here.
That's what you choose to do? This is that basic difficulty for this.
For the Emperor! Inserting fresh magazine. Nothing spotted. I have the codes, brothers.
That's what's up.
Captain, codes retrieved.
Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
One moment, I'm hoping. Nope, too bad. Ah, well.
This could alter the course of our battle.
I'm a part of the family now.
Throwing somebody. Do I resemble a foe? No. Free army. Precisely what we needed.
It's too bad I'm not really as snipey as I used to be when I was a kid. Been playing too many adventure games.
Prepare Codex compliant.
Oh, Codex compliant, huh?
Sow the enemy's defeat, brothers.
Okay, you just let him get past you like that, huh?
Commencing Auspex scan. Active camouflage charge. Alien bioform eliminated. Clear a blast radius. I am not target practice.
No, ma'am.
Pathetic tyranny.
I'll take that. I mean, I had one, but I guess y'all don't want it. I ain't mad. Nope.
Radiants are running out of time.
Yep.
Now close up. We have been blessed with a swift arrival. You are making good time. We are going to need it. For the Emperor!
And of course, you have these stations right here. In the mission, you can actually swap through your loadouts. So, yeah. Sure, I'll take the last few, so upgraded some.
Together we go.
Where I tend to function, my left loadout tends to be my main, and the other two tend to be level up choices.
Use the core to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the crit to meet them well. Cautiously.
If there wasn't ammo near, y'all wouldn't be worth all that. Oh, that was gorgeous. And there went its brains, children. Can't carry any more medical stems. What I would love is if we found the gene seed. That's another item you want to be finding if you can. It's
All according to the Emperor's
extra experience, but if you go down carrying it, not die.
The generators hum in the machine god's name.
Grenade cast.
If you just go down, you lose the gene seed.
Delivering payload.
What is that? It's the gene seed. Yes, sir.
Incoming.
Problem is, if you pick it up, you have to drop the relic. Ah, he already got it. Cool.
Potential heretical sabotage of generator 2. Secure immediately.
Hi there. Right there.
X-axis aligned by the Omniscience will.
Does that mean it is close to finished?
Ooh.
I think not.
Ain't nothing right about that thing. That's why it's dead. No interruptions.
Hold
Nope.
generator 3, brothers.
Generator 3 is discharging a regular current. Eliminates these unholy fluctuations. Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed be the Omnissiah's divine precision.
Indeed. Blessed be.
The Emperor demands perfection from all that serve, even a humble crane.
Even a humble crane, huh? Yeah? Yeah, I guess.
Demolition deployment sequence concluded. No errors logged under the Omnissiah's watchful oculus.
Yeah, I'm Skippy.
Command, thank the Emperor. It is done.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Promethium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
For the Emperor! Our orders are clear. Advance.
It was funny, recently found out the Space Wolves don't consider the Emperor to be a god. That was mind-blowing. They have deep respect for him, but they don't consider him to be a god. Starting to like the Space Wolves a bit. I know, heresy, but you didn't hear any of that, right? Right. Face off. I can't carry any more of them. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can't carry that. Oh, that's the way. This is the way. We need a Mandalorian game. I still need to watch the show, honestly. But we do need a Mandalorian game. More Minoras, huh?
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction
Off
efforts
with
as
its
long as
head.
you can. We will wreak such havoc upon the enemy, the Emperor will see it from terror. I will hold you to that.
And then, of course, you have audio logs, which is what that was that I flagged down.
For the Emperor! No telling what surprise. For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
You might have to switch it up class-wise. Get back to my tactical.
Equipment supplied.
Alright.
My Auspex cannot even compute
Their numbers.
Ah, good. Armory data. So then we also have this. This Skull of Armory data. It's more XP as well. Well, actually, it's XP, but it's also resources for leveling up. Win or well, lose or not, you get that. So even if you go down, you still get the Armory data. When you finish the mission, you'd automatically get some Armory data. That's just more. But I think the Armory data is based on the mission you're doing. Now, one thing to note, as you go through these operations, where you find some of the loot will be in different places.
The Emperor's vengeance.
Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
So just because he found the gene seed where he found it does not mean that's where he'll find it again.
The enemy seeks to consume this place and us with it.
Satellite his vengeance. at the top. Incoming.
No interruptions.
The swarm is continuing along the protected path. Continue.
I don't know if you can hear me, dude, but watch your back.
They have us flanked. We can use the Prometheum again. Changing magazine. Scoping more swarms moving on us.
Yeah, it's finna get rough.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
They are nearly upon us. Ready sidearms for melee.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Readying next alien biobomb mark.
Focus on the zero throat.
Touching off the fuel.
And there it is.
You are
Sure.
clear to detonate.
Yeah.
Cook those rotten bastards.
We will stop their advance cold. Well, hot. For the Emperor!
Valiant Titus. Greetings from the Empire. Tyranid bioscience down 90% and falling. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work. Move to extract.
Well, we've established.
Arriving at evac point. Ramp down and ready. We can make it. Keep going.
We've established what we need to do, children. Holy crap! No. Don't, no. This is happening. I mean, I wanted to fight it, but I ain't mad, thank you.
Targets never stay hidden for long.
Talassa, evacuation is priority 1.
And that's the thing about this, these operations. You can wait in an area for a little too
Extraction
long,
complete.
and
Returning
enemies
to orbit.
keep coming. They never really stop. So there's always something you'll have to kill.
Brothers, you honor your chapter. Be ready for rearm, refit, and redeployment immediately.
So yeah, we're definitely going to be continuing on. This is only a half hour. That actually went faster than I expected. So yeah, that was Operation 1, children. And now you know how Titus ended up buying, getting time vault for him and his team. At least at that first initial situation. Yep, and then at the bottom there, gene seed found. Of course, kills, damage, deaths, items, special kills, so on and so forth, you know. Alright, I didn't expect that. 1 level, sure, I don't know about 2. And of course, more armor, cosmetics, armory data, requisition points, rank for your weapons, which of course, as you've seen, we've already gone over that, at least in the basic sense. Last Fusel leveled up, yes sir. Alright. That ending screen, of course, is pretty standard. And then, of course, we go from there. Stopping in at the armory, don't really know how much time I'll want, so I don't know if rather not have them held up. Gain a class level and have a perk available for purchase. Purchase and equip it here. I'm actually fine with that tutorial coming up right now. To activate your class perk, purchase it and then equip it. Only 1 class perk in a column can be active at a time. Level up your class to unlock class perks for yourself and team perks for your entire squad. And of course you got the team perks, gear perks, and then signature perk on the far right. We'll be getting both of these. Shots will penetrate enemy block stances, dealing 50% of the usual damage. And the maximum amount of carry capacity you have for your ammo is increased by 10. Yes, sir. Upgrade the last Fusel, of course. So we have to upgrade the tier weapon, and then we have to choose from that tier what we want. Do I just want more power, or do I want more capacity? The last Fusel doesn't have much ammo at all, so we'll just go for that one. The other ones, they both give me power, but this one gives me only 1 increase in damage and 2 increase in shots, whereas the other one is just 2 increase in damage. Then, of course, if I so choose, I can use armory data to mastery it. So basically, it would make it to where if I master it, I would unlock a perk point for that weapon, and then I can use it. And you're obviously only like mastering each segment. You know, that's something I actually need to check. Because, like, you have this carbine, and I unlocked both variations. Can I get points from both of these choices? I think I actually did. So we'll have to see, children. But I'll go ahead and master this one since I've got 11 of these. Get that perk point. First one we went for was to decrease the charge time on our shots. And when your health is below 30%, shots charge 25% faster as well. Nice. Headshot damage. And then, of course, cosmetics for your weapon. Unlock some armor pieces as well. So you'll want to come again to the armor set section in order to actually choose the pieces you have equipped. And then the one second. Talk about the knee to the face with a face on it. Then, of course, the start of these chapters section in order to do deep customization, color, all of that. And they do range in quite a bit of color. Of course, you have your assemblage. Some you unlock, some you start out with. Swap over classes though. Been working on this one for a bit. No, I don't need to do that fast traveling. I mean, it's right there. It's literally the same path that Titus takes. Huh. Wonder if I can get up the elevator. Yeah, you won't actually hear them say anything else in terms of like conversations. I guess not. Well, fine then.
Servitor's components from perfect order. I require a regenerator to assess its organic integrity.
What? I thought y'all were done talking. All right. Now, you also have this section here, which I should have shown that while I was in here. Here you have the section for the trials, which is what was in the menu when it came to Magos Galio. And that's just familiarizing yourself with your character's class. You'll actually unlock loot, as you see at the bottom of those. So you will want to do those. But the main reason coming back here is this section back here, the data repository. Now, it's effectively a giant lore center in its own way. Pretty cool. Its own little library back here. But as we've already established, knowledge is heresy. You, of course, have your ordeals, which are basically challenges. Oh, all right, there we go. Challenges that you finish from like either the campaign or from these missions, and you collect the consumable loot at the far right. And it's tactical kill enemies from after marking them with all specs. You of course get this currency at the top right, and you use that currency to unlock lore notes. Right? They'll give you. I think they gave me this one. I'm not sure, but I've unlocked pretty much all of these, which in and of itself also brings a few things as well. So yeah. Then of course the audio logs, data slates. Actually, Inferno. Hold up.
To be Munitorum regulation compliant, we needed to relocate ordnance by 20 meters. 5-minute task. We heard Xenos were on world, but our sector was quiet. Wolseley went first. All I saw was shredded flesh flying and bloody gout spouting. I think it was a swarm of rippers. For some reason, it reminded me of a bird's nest. He owed me 2015 credits. Xenos were busy unraveling Wolseley. Me and George ran the bomb storage shelter. Couldn't falter in our duty. Some of these filthy Xenos are invisible. That's what George said before one appeared in front of him. Once more mercy. His heart stopped before that vermin tore him up. Me and the bombs got to shelter. I hope we're Munitorum regulation compliant now.
And that is the Imperium of Man. So they ended up facing a lictor. And he was lucky enough, I guess, to die from shock before it ended up tearing into him. Jesus.
Always loved the smell of Prometheum. Smells like humanity.
Yes,
Smells
sir.
of grit. It seethes with chemical reactions, waiting to yield power. In the green tube of energy, I see thrust and blast. Always have I loved the raw blood of industry.
Now, these people I've always liked. They may be crazy, but they make it a point to never forget the heart and soul of our species. That soul is based in grit, pain sometimes, adventure, gain. It is beautiful. And horrendous. But such is life. Since we're playing as our tactical, we've got the Communion of Fire capability. Decreases recoil and increases damage against, I think, extremist enemies. But the decrease in recoil is just decrease in recoil and for the team. Swarm of Tyrannus threatens the astropathic relay on Avarax. Their path would take them across a bridge that can be rigged for detonation. Time to blast carefully to eliminate the hive tyrant leading the swarm. So, this is the mission where we needed to deal with that hive tyrant that was blocking communications, where we were trying to reach Lord Calgar. But it was outright blocking communications to the astropathic relay, and we couldn't even get to it because it was swarmed by enemies. This was where we had to mess with that those antennas.
Lieutenant Titus predicts the Tyrannid's hive tyrant is leading a swarm along a corridor toward the astropathic relay.
Actually,
we are inserting
before
you
that.
near a bridge held by the Imperial Guard that intersects with its path. You will level the whole structure and crush that Xenos monstrosity in the collapse. Visual on drop zone. Setting down. Assist in the defense of the bridge until you confirm that the Xenos Overlord has entered the kill zone. Then trigger the detonation.
An inglorious death for an ignoble alien overlord. Fix it.
Yeah, a heavy-handed assault is what that is. So, Iron Halo, a force field, blocking our ranged attacks, and jump pack, obviously. Now, the jump pack in this mode does not function the same way it does in the campaign. You can't go nearly as high. Figured I'd look around, see if I see the gene seed, maybe a relic. When I say they could be anywhere, they could be anywhere. Whether they can be back here, I don't know. But it ain't, so let's go.
Delta Wing box check.
Yep.
Viridian reporting. 1 minute from insertion.
Talassa is on site, Lieutenant.
Acknowledged. Proceeding to relay. Maintain Vox reports. Damocles out.
To be the ones having to hold lines in these fights, man. Like, Jesus. Looks like we got somebody. Strategic strikes. All squad members deal 20% more melee damage against extremist enemies and terminus enemies with a jump pack.
For the Emperor!
That's as high as he can go.
Swapping magazine.
It is a completely different weapon in this mode. Or a completely different jump system in this mode. I guess they just considered it to be too powerful. I can understand it.
Equipment marked.
As you can see, as my tactical, I have 3 pieces of armor instead of just 2. But because of that, I only get 1 from these. Now, we did up the difficulty, and that does matter. They will be more aggressive, but better loot. They will take more damage to kill. They will hit harder. Ammo and consumables will be harder to come by. The only reason you dealing with my poor aim is because you're in my poor path.
For the Emperor!
Indeed. For that Emperor.
Location marked. Supply drop.
Don't know if it matters to you. Oh, then we got somebody else, hey.
Gathering supply. Extra grenades on me.
Marksmanship headshot damage is increased by 10% for all squad members. Yeah, I'm like, he must be the sniper for the headshot increase.
The air is thick with unnatural energies.
Ah, you can hear me.
Xenos in nature. I cannot see.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just got a stream going, so I wasn't sure if I could actually be heard.
Reloading.
Oh, yeah, right on.
The Emperor
Love it. Just a hodgepodge of death. I'll let y'all take the high road. I actually needed that.
Resupplying.
Nope. There are crack grenades over here. I was hoping I would have got him with that. Knocked him out of that attack animation.
Enhanced visuals incoming. All specs tagged to burrowing terrace. Inserting fresh magazine. Order returns very soon. Scipius, if you require a spotter, my Auspex is precisely tuned for target acquisition.
I have not needed someone to mark my targets since I was a scout.
Noted.
Wait, Valius. Can your device identify the weak points of today's foe?
Yes, and its machine spirit is vengeful.
You like very well. In the name of Brotherhood, you shall guide my... We have reached the tower, Captain Akaran.
The Munitorum does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. We'll get enough to demolish the bridge.
Alright.
You are fertilizer now. Fresh munitions.
Wow. And it bounces off of that, of course.
Wired for detonation.
Full specs prime.
Okay. That was interesting. Must have already beat me to the bombs.
I must have done.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Exterminated.
Where shall this bomb do the most damage?
No interruptions.
Disgusting tyrannid scum.
Where shall this bomb do the most damage? Explosive offering prepared! Charge primed.
Alright.
Watch your fire, brother. Another Xenos bioform eliminated.
There must be more charges somewhere amongst this confusion.
Oh, okay.
Rain commencing fire.
Yep. Funny, I guess I never went to that side. Noticed that there was a drop.
Silence that vermin's call for more of its foul
Ooh.
breath.
What supports still require preparation?
And there it is.
Ready to blow.
Trap is set, Captain.
The Hive Titan will reach your position shortly. Join the Imperial Guard defenders up on the bridge and lure that Xenos Colossus into the kill zone.
Short hair.
Ammunition cache here. Eliminate the tyranny of Xenos bioforms. Throwing shock grenade.
Nope.
Force pegs engaged. We are victorious over the Xenos threat.
Yeah, I tend to get that often. Okay.
Force pegs deep scan ready.
No.
The world is Xenos source.
Active camouflage charged.
Picking up extra rounds.
Man, I hate that they forced the sniper to only be able to use the knife. Knowing full well a chainsword is exactly what we have always needed. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Disgusting tyranny scum.
Doubt there's anything around, but sometimes.
I mean, to be fair though, the knife is like a sword.
True.
Look at the size of that fucking thing.
True. A knife is like a sword in its own way, yeah, man. Hold up. Let's see. Sometimes... nope. Sometimes you can find the gene seed up here.
This kindles my righteousness.
Astartes! We were not expecting such illustrious company in the rear ranks.
Have you tried this on level 10?
No. Oh, you said level 10. No. Nah, I got a while to go before I even get there.
You just started? I'm gonna tell you, fucking level 10 boss is annoying as shit.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing a lot about those higher level bosses.
It's the relay that's getting hammered right now.
That is about to
From
change.
the
A Tyranid
broads,
approaches from this
from the
corridor.
bone swords blocking all of the shots and whatnot, which
Without armor support,
that was
to
always
tackle
funny
the
to me.
target.
And the hordes are like, there is hordes, like it's just like, if you get a horde wave, like an enemy wave, it's fucking fat.
This is a withdrawal.
They stick together and watch each other's
The
backs. Huh?
objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyranid command unit is executed.
Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your support. Ready up! Show the Emperor's angels what we are made of! Either! They're trying to surround us on the roofs!
The vermin have clambered up on the roofs!
How can you not love this visual?
Shock grenade out!
They're striking up! The Hive Tyrant is on its way, but it is a horde of Xenos between you and it. Take it, you have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure.
Exterminate.
Keep your eyes peeled. The Xenos leader beast will be in visual range shortly.
Well, to be regular humans having to deal with all this.
Champion.
You'd be fucked. You'd be
Oh, yeah.
so fucked.
Such an atrocity. Hold. Give the Hive beast a moment. Detonate the charges now.
For the Emperor!
Right on target.
Deltawing, we have given the infernal Xenos a
Fitting burial. It is not dead.
Titus,
Ah.
can you elaborate?
He didn't get those.
The swarm would go
I thought he didn't need them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got him.
I don't know, I thought that swirl was gonna kind of needed it, but
Reports confirm the lieutenant's
Yeah.
assessment.
pretty much the end.
Enemy
Yeah.
cohesion still in
That's
full
kinda-
effect.
Easy on
That
level
beast is
5.
not yet
That's kind of what I'm worried about.
Sounds like we have a hunt, brothers.
We can hold this position, Lords. We'll keep the swarm off your backs while you hunt that thing.
It is over there, brothers, attempting to claw free. For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
Relics here.
I do believe I have one. Yep, y'all go for it.
Reloading.
He doesn't have one. Like, look at that. If I hit you in the face, your bone sword should not be able to block it. Unless you have some sort of, like, aura or goop or something coming over you. And I'm not seeing it. Yeah.
We are allies. Changing magazine. Equipment there.
Alright.
Let us terrorize it in our pursuit.
Pursue and eliminate. We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
Ammunition cap.
There's a
equipment marked.
box of ammo back here.
Swapping magazine. Supply drop.
Pay no heed to its lurking shadow.
There's ammo over here.
Equipment marked.
Oh, we'll get an ammo crate when we're down there.
I mean, I'm good for now. I wasn't sure if y'all needed any.
No telling what surprises await.
Camellia line cloak ready.
Talassa, report.
In pursuit of the target.
Talassa, you cut out.
We have been cut off from our brethren. The heretics' jamming must reach this far.
We have no choice but to follow. Let us hope this is not a trap.
Another alien falls to the Imperium's key. The foolish beast thinks it will escape above ground, but it will not evade my reach.
Fresh magazine in.
Ah, found the armory data.
Weapon details secure. Equipment there.
Now, if memory serves, only one person needs to pick up the armory data for everybody to get it.
That's
Fresh
pretty nice.
munitions.
Hold secure. I await you here.
Changing magazine.
Stay close and sharp. We have it now, brothers.
The Emperor demands your purgation.
Reloading. That is what death spasm. My Auspex side scanner to spite.
Nope.
Auspex ready to scan. You are fertilizer now. Scanning. Check your aim.
contact with Talassa.
Talassa to Damocles. The alien contaminates our world no longer.
The one enemy you know whether or not they do or don't need a double tap. I can always get behind that. And that right there, folks, is how we managed to break the siege on Avarax and give Titus the chance to send that message through the astropathic relay. Or at least get to the astropathic relay. So there that was. Okay. Yes, Sirski. Alright, fellas, thanks for that run. That was cool.
Good as man.
You too, man. And there we go, folks. A couple of operations where we actually had quite a bit of help. Last one, we actually had somebody who, shots will penetrate enemy block stances, dealing 25% of the usual damage. That is nasty. Yes, sir. Somebody that was actually a little talkative. I ain't mad at that at all. Always good to see new faces. Or, I guess, hear new faces. And of course, this is a whole outfit we just unlocked. Helmet and all. Heraldry and all. Of course, our level up. And as you can see now, you can actually see more of how the level up system is actually set up based on what I've chosen. Of course, primary weapon deals 10% more damage, but secondary deals 10% less. I'm fine with that. Versus plasma weapons overheat, or when they're 30% overheated, the damage increases by 40%. Their charge shots use 1 less energy. Nah, I'm good. That implies I'm using plasma, and that implies that I'm always at 30% overheating. After perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage. Do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, so I guess you not staggered. And cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. So yeah, I guess you can't be interrupted and can't be knocked back. And of course, or after a gun strike, ranged attack damage is increased by 25% for 5 seconds. I'll stick with the first one. After a finisher, the equipped ranged weapon reloads automatically. Yes. Versus weapon spread and recoil are reduced by 20%, and ranged damage against Terminus level enemies is increased by 10%. Yeah, I'm fine with reloading my weapon. And for the squad, we have Communion of Fire. Recoil is reduced by 25%, and ranged damage against extremist enemies is increased by 10% for all squad. Versus range damage increased by 15% by all squad. Now, the range damage could be nice for the whole squad, but depending on what you're using, like the weapon I'm using, this is actually not as overly accurate as I'd like. So I figured, why not drop the recoil? You never know when somebody's using something heavy hitting, like those bulwarks. If memory serves, they use like a specific kind of weapon that you can't get anywhere else. Or not the bulwark, the heavy. So I think like only heavies can use that weapon. I think it's even like got a belt attached to it, if memory serves. Then you have vital data. Damaging an extremis or terminus level enemy, it restores Auspex charge by 50% versus mark from Auspex lasts 8 seconds. Longer, its base time frame is 8 seconds, so 16 seconds altogether is what it would last, but Auspex ignores Minoris level enemies, so the little ones. And as dude was establishing on the higher difficulties, you'll deal with hordes in such a way where they'll just chip at you. You already saw what the hordes were doing to us a bit ago, and just on this second difficulty. So, no, I need to be able to kill those Minorises quickly. Yes, thank you. Perfectly timed parry or block gives the parried enemy a mark of Auspex. Nice. And Auspex itself, it makes you do more damage to anybody that's scanned. Scanning enemies, any 10 enemies or 3 Majoris level or higher enemies with 1 Auspex scan restores 1 equipment charge. And we have Auspex scan is in cooldown. Melee damage is increased by 25% versus, when I still haven't unlocked it, enemies marked by Auspex scan take an additional 75%, but the mark's duration is reduced by 4 seconds. So it'll only last 4 seconds. And of course we have the last one, Signal Jammer. Enemies marked by Auspex cannot call for reinforcements and automatically explode when trying to do so. Yes, sir. Quit snitching. Just die. Hold on. Decapitation. Okay, so the rest of these are Titus's.
Grace of the Golden Throne be with us all, children of the Emperor. May Saint Lankai usher you to safety. I offer my flesh and my spirit as a shield against these Xenos oppressors. May my body spare the lives of those who keep safe the astropathic relay. I shall buy time, my friends. I shall ne'er return. Remember this day as the sacrifice of...
I have a mysterious feeling they're not gonna remember a thing there, guy. Welcome to the 40K universe.
Class steel and mortar. This bridge is a fine example of what Imperial industry can achieve. The amount of supplies this bridge will transport will bring new life to this sector. It's an artery vital and flowing with Imperial goods, munitions, and supplies. Support beams tested to 10 times the municipal limits, exceeding Imperial quality limitations. I can say that this bridge will stand the test of time in any tectonic events. It'll outlive me by 10,000 years. Project Overseer comments approved and recorded.
Why does that voice sound familiar to me? I wonder if that was another streamer. I don't know. That voice sounds familiar as hell to me. But yeah. So that one is, children. But that's going to be the end of episode 9 / the very first... Well, I was going to say the very first episode of Operations, but considering that we just did 2, it don't really stack up. But it's going to be the end of episode 9 of Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 on the PS5. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all like what you see and want to see more of me, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. That's weird. And God bless you. Catch you in the next one.